I'm going this way too. Don't worry, I'm not following you or anything. It's not weird. I'm going to the city too. So it's not weird that we're both headed walking in the same direction. I could probably go faster. I'll go faster. Okay. If you look at his hair, you see that line? Come on. See that line like right there in the middle of his hair? Going horizontal. See if I can get a better look on it. You see that? Oh, come on. Goes all the way across. It was part of the mold. So the mold that they used, they just added hair to make longer hair. They just added to it. And so that mold had this little line in it. That's how detailed this is. That is actually like what the original mold looked like. And it had that little line in it. I always remember, you can even feel it when you put your finger over it. And I always remember that little line. So now when I see that, it's like they could have easily cleaned that up for this game, and I probably wouldn't have noticed. But that little detail right there is crazy to me. Like, there's so many details, so many little intricacies that make it Lego, and that's one of them. Oh yeah. It's so cool. It's so cool. All right, I'm gonna redeem myself this time. Clumsy, are you watching? I think Clumsy had to go away. But look, I'm gonna leave this droid just for you, okay? I'm not gonna destroy it, okay? You're welcome. Somebody clip that.
I don't know what you're working on, but I want to show you one of my favorite white aspen trees that are over here somewhere. What is it? You're still muted, by the way.
No, I just wasn't saying anything.
Came back and looked at your stream and you're like...
The look of
I was like,
panic.
oh, by the way, this is one of my favorite trees in the game.
No, what have you done? That was Uncle Phil's favorite. He's buried beneath that tree.
That was it. No.
It was the one thing he wanted. Bury me beneath my favorite birch tree. Sounds like Alex Jones. I don't know why. Don't read into that. All right, there it is. Good morning. I always feel like I should do like the DJ countdown. 3, 2, oh, it started. Yeah, my timing's way off. Good morning, Clumsy, and congratulations on becoming the Phantom Menace this morning. Good job. I know you've gotten it before, but since tracking, it says one time prior to this time. So it's technically been 2 times. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Saturday morning Lego stream, everybody. I'm very excited. Very happy to be here. I can't believe what a week it's been and how long it's been since I've been able to build this with you. You might notice a couple of things a little different. I picked up this with my foot. A couple of things a little bit different once I switched to this Lego scene, and I want to explain myself a little bit. I built off stream, okay? Like, I was in a meeting one day and I looked over and I just started kind of messing with a couple of things and putting some things in, experimenting with different ideas, and then just all of a sudden this happened, and I don't know what to tell you. So I did quite a bit of work on it. It really wasn't, time-wise, it wasn't a lot, but I started playing around with, I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could make this happen. And then, sure enough, I did. So when we last left off, we were talking about the pins that were needed back here. And I did find out it was 2 separate pins, so I just used the flathead pin and then one of these One of these without the flathead, because this is all going to be covered eventually anyway. You're not going to be able to see it, so at least that's the idea. And you'll notice that back has some studs on it now too, and I'll get to that in just a moment. The notification came up right as I turned on my laptop. Yeah, people at work were like, "Non, why do I hear Lego shifting in the background?" You wouldn't believe the number of calls I get on where I literally don't have to say anything. Like nothing at all. It's pretty wild. It's pretty time wasting, honestly. Where I'm just listening, and I couldn't tell you what most of those meetings were about now. Because it's like all I see in that meeting is you're taking me away from the work that I really need to do. So thank you. So the least they could do is let me sort some Lego. Okay, I'm going to go over this. I'm going to go over this a little bit and kind of tell you my idea, right? So this is the wall. Better than any wall Donald Trump could ever do. A pretty great wall. One of the best walls, I think. So that is the wall. This is the top section that the duel will be happening on. Just some Technic pieces under here with some platforms and just some bricks. Little details on the side. This is going to go right here. Okay. I'm going to put this back on. I'll be taking this apart to do the work on it today, but I want to kind of show you how it was going. So that's the platform. So that's kind of what it'll look like from the front, right? Like that. Pretty freaking sick, if you ask me. I'm actually really proud of this. So that part will happen. So then I started thinking about the sides a little bit, doing some details on the sides. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take this off for right now because I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this or not. Okay. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Bring that music down. Just bring the mood down a little bit there. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be the sides. So then I noticed, back here, man, all this empty space back here. What can I do with it? And then it hit me. Okay? It hit me, and I'm so excited. Old Donald's been real quiet since you started building this wall. He has been real quiet lately, hasn't he? Almost like maybe he's scared to go to prison or something. So, in some of the other dioramas, and I might get up and get one to show you real quick. I meant to bring one over before, but hang on. Specifically this guy. Specifically this one. This is the trash compactor, right? We built this on stream. Lots of cool moving parts and elements, which, by the way, a lot of nice greebles in there, too. I'm not going to take this one apart. I promise. But if you look on the back, there's a little something going on back there, right? There's C-3PO and R2-D2. There's a control panel. Really simple. Nothing crazy. So that idea... Put you over here. That idea is kind of what I'm going for on mine. Is that, I could put a little something in the back and have one, make it seem like I did it on purpose. That's probably the biggest thing. But two, also for another part of this scene that I really like is when they're walking through the hallways of the Death Star ruins. And they see like old stormtrooper helmets and just wires and stuff hanging everywhere, just wreckage, right? So I'm going to take this part off now. Well, here, let me show it to you first. This is going to be the back section. I'll show you how I did it in a moment. But I'm going to have a bunch of details on the wall here, a bunch of details on the floor, including maybe some water that's coming in since it's a half sunken. And then this is going to be where Finn is walking through. So he'll be back here. I think the character's name is Jana. Am I right about that? What's that character's name? Let me see if I can find a reference picture. Yeah, this one. Her. I think it's Jana. Am I right? So, yeah. So I think there's a scene where they're both walking through the hallway. So that's where he's gonna be. Well, up above, they're gonna be fighting up here. I just realized I'm pointing at it. You can't see it. They're gonna be fighting up here. I didn't have a chance to go screen cap any of that. I might do that later just to get some of the details. But that's going to be what the back section is going to be. Is basically be Finn walking through. Maybe Jana, if I can find a minifig. Jana, Jannah. Yeah, it's Jana. Okay. Or Yana? I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but that character, yes. So that's going to be the back section, right? Okay. Then on the front, this is going to be the biggest part, right? Obviously, today what we're going to work on is this top section, the duel itself, and then probably the back section. But then beyond that, the only other really big detail that is needed is the water. And I am happy to announce that I think I've figured out what I'm potentially going to do. Happy to announce that right here, right now. I got a fingernail right there from when I clipped my nails. I don't know why I did it on my collection. That was foolish. So these are all the clear pieces that I have. So obviously not going to be enough. I'm going to need to put in an order. I have an order created. I just haven't hit purchase on it yet. But let me show you what's going to happen, okay? So this is, if you've seen the Discord, you've seen what I'm going to do for the water. But this is going to be essentially the waves of the water. It's just these 1x round studs, clear, and some of them blue. I think I'm going to have a lot more blue than clear, but I'll have some clear as well. And when you do that along with these 1x2s, like that, you can create sort of like a hinge mechanism. Like that. So I'll have it hinged down here, and these will act as the waves. I'm also going to bring in a lot of white pieces as well, as those will act more like the sea foam, right? Because a lot of the shots in the reference photos, you'll notice, especially a lot of them with the water, you'll notice are very, it's very, very deep blues and very white as well. So that is how I'm going to make the waves on the front side. Do you see the idea there? You know? That's the idea. Okay? So I think this is going to be possible. I think this is going to be my best bet for creating water effect. And yeah, basically I'm going to have all of this be water, but then it's going to slowly, starting with smaller waves and working its way up, it's going to work its way up into a giant wave that's kind of coming over the side right here. And then I'll have splashes of water and stuff on the top to show that the water kind of comes up over. So it'll kind of wave up like this. It's a lot of pieces, but luckily they're not that expensive. It's going to cost me probably about $50 to get a number of pieces that I need. I hope that that's going to be enough. But yeah, that's the updates. And then the last, but certainly not least, something came in from Bricklink that I ordered when I first started this project, and it got here pretty quick. And that is our Kylo Ren and our Rey. I, in my whole collection, do not have a Rise of Skywalker Rey. There she is. And I didn't have a Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren. Can you believe that? And these were cheap. They were like $2. I got another nail right there. Get out of here. You're gross. Get on my carpet. I'll vacuum you up later. So yeah. There's them. That's going to help as reference for what we're going to do this morning. I'm glad you think it's clever. I was very proud of it when I thought of it. And I'm very, very happy with where this is going. If we can nail the final details here, this is going to be insanely cool. Granted, I feel like I'm going a little bit more extra than what an official Lego approved diorama would be, but I also don't care. I want it. I want it this way, you know? Okay, so for today, I'm going to take this top part back off. It just snaps right back off there. And that way we can work on the details on the top of this, okay? I'm going to turn this way. What's wrong with a little extra? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so got a couple reference pictures here I'm going to just look at real quick. Okay, there is one other thing that I need to kind of nail down. In addition to the water effects, I need to nail down the fact that this looks so incredibly... There's some gunk in there. Ew. This looks so incredibly pristine. This looks like the Death Star right off the assembly line, right? That needs to change. So I'll be also working on. You'll notice in some of the shots we saw last time, you'll notice a lot of rust happening. Not a lot, a little bit here and there. So I pulled out my deep reds. You can kind of see some of those. So those reds and browns. I also have a bag of browns just in case I need them. But I pulled out my deep red pieces. And I'll be using these sparingly. I don't want to overwhelm it, but I'll be trying to put some rust color on things, just to give it that age, that as they say, that patina, patina. You know. So that is what we're working on today. I hope you'll be along for the ride. I'm very excited. Let's get going, shall we? Okay. So what I want to do is, let me start building. Okay, this is, no. This is going to be the front. That's going to throw me off a little bit. Okay, so this is the front. First off, there's a lot of like layers to this thing. So as far back as about here, I'm going to start building some layers in. I also need to try to use some more dark pieces as well, if I have them. So there's a piece that kind of goes like this way, and then it goes back this way. Well, technically, if I turn it this way, let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, let me bring my mouse over here. Looking at, let me go ahead and bring everything here down. So I'm looking at this thing right here. That's kind of L-shaped. So if this is like this, then actually this piece should go this direction and that direction. I think that's more what I'm looking for. Okay. And then we have some slopes. Oh, I also did just a little bit of organizing. I organized some of the pieces by type into these little bins just for building, because my desk was honestly getting a little overwhelming. So I'm glad that I did that. Except I can't seem to find the slopes that I need. Ruh-roh. Oh, I have a whole bag. I also have backup pieces as well. Reverse slopes. A lot of old gray in here too. What I need to start doing is separating the old gray from the new. See, this is an old gray piece. You'll be able to definitely tell. However, I think it kind of works. It's going to give us again a little bit of that patina, you know? gonna act like you see the difference between the color on the new gray versus the old. And of course this has aging and weathering on it. But you know, I think I'm gonna just be okay with it. I think I need to be okay with it. Okay, so that comes down like that. We'll throw gray piece behind that. Do I have any old gray? Yeah. No clue what patina is, but yeah, patina. You don't know patina? Patina is basically, I'm going to Google it. Patina. I think you spelled it right. Yeah. So it's a green and brown film on the surface of bronze and similar metals produced by oxidation over a long period of time. The Statue of Liberty has a good patina to it, you know? Excuse me. Yeah, see? Kind of how it gets like a little, kind of a little rusty, a little oxidized. Got some blues and greens in there, you know? Or it's a gloss or sheen on a surface resulting from age or polishing. That's right. We learn terms here on the stream. New vocab word, nice. New vocabulary unlocked. Yeah. So one of the issues is getting the scale down, because obviously this area is a lot less than it's a lot less than the reference picture. It's definitely not quite to scale. Obviously, if it was to scale, it'd be pretty wild. I'm just gonna add a couple of details here that sort of make sense. Right about here, I have saved a couple of greebles from previous build that I find interesting, and I think right about here would be a perfect spot for this one. Especially if I can find a way. If I can find a way to attach it. Just something like this. Why is that not attached? Oh, it's still not enough. See, it's going to make it really high, though. I don't know if I want it that high. Ooh, and what I might do, actually, right about here. Again, we're just trying to add some touches of patina here and there. I'm going to say that word a lot today, I can tell you that much. And I bet I learned it from all the countless hours of HGTV that my mom would watch. Thanks, Mom. Home and garden television. Little did she know that I would be using it for such useful purposes. Let's say that. Let's say it that way. Big dreams for this kid. Big dreams. And look at me now, Mom. I made it. Decided to make a hobbit hole with a new cherry wood? What? Wait, I'm confused. You're doing what? Because that sounds awesome. Hobbit hole. Oh, in Minecraft. Oh. I mean, that's still impressive. Don't get me wrong. Ooh. The Hobbiton or the Shire in Lego. Speaking of which, I saw this guy on TikTok the other day who is building all of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It makes you wonder if you could like also then create a game mode in it and play it. Hey, Elf, good morning. You see just that little bit of patina down there, you know? Just a little bit. I'm gonna put some down here because as water were to flow down that, right, it would probably end up down here being slightly patinaed as well. I think that's working. I'd kill for a Shire set, yeah. That would be pretty cool. I agree. I need to dig back into this one. Elf, how you doing on this fine Saturday? I hope you're doing swimmingly.
Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
There's our roundhouse kick of hydration. Thank you, Pirate Eggs. Good morning to you as well.
Credits builder time.
Thank you for the protein. Oh,
Egg.
there it is. There it is. And thank you for the hydration. Thank you for the eggs. My God, so sweaty, out of breath. Kill me now. What happened? Who hurt you? Was it exercise? Did exercise hurt you? Ooh, I have a great idea. If I have more of these. Not trying to blow it all right now on on this first section, but here we go. Ooh, that's not quite long enough. How about you? Are you long enough? You kind of are, but you're gonna overlap a little bit. Let's see if maybe I can like put these to the end. I hope Elf is okay. Ah, look at that. Look at that. See? It's a cool way to get some of the patina. Decided to check how the fields are doing. Took a bicycle, regretting that now. Oh, man. I regretted even reading that sentence. I've been thinking actually about getting a bike, though. Like, not a, well, a real bike would be nice, but like an exercise bike. Probably this next week, I'm going to change up my exercise routine a little bit. Still going to do 5 days a week, but one of those days is going to be a cardio day. And then I'm going to start doing two days of upper and lower body. So two days, 2 leg days and 2 upper body days, and then a cardio day. I have a spin bike. I ride it every day. Nice. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get. I don't think I'm going to get that fancy, what's that fancy one everybody always talks about that requires a membership fee and then also requires special shoes. Just keeps going and going and going. But a nice one that has like, yeah, Peloton. Yeah, a nice one that has like maybe a little tablet holder for like an iPad or something would be cool. It's Apester. Good morning, Apester. How you doing? Hi. I hope you're doing awesome. Everybody wish Apester a happy birthday. It's past, but had an absolute blast at their birthday party. Was that just last weekend? Holy cow, it was just last weekend. Time flies when you're building Lego. I'm doing great, man. I got lucky and got a used spin bike from a gym that was replacing their bikes. That's awesome. That's probably what I'm going to try to do is see if anybody has anything used on like Facebook Marketplace. Which I don't like Facebook, but Marketplace is kind of nice. You know? Add that onto it. There we go. I like that. I like that. Should I bring it back? I'm going to bring it back one more. I think that makes sense. They're definitely going to be tripping over this stuff, right? For sure. But, you know. Is that another old gray? Yeah, that might be another old gray. You can definitely see the old gray versus the new. I'll keep it in. If this ever becomes a Lego Ideas project, I don't imagine Lego is gonna like commission one that has a bunch of older pieces in it, you know? And I'm hoping maybe I can hide it. I can kind of hide it a little bit more. I wonder if I put that. Can I put that there? Kind of, but it looks a little out of place. What if it goes like there? That way you're not seeing all the patina still. Yeah, I'm still going with the patina thing. We're going with it. You. Maybe one of that. I like the look of that. All right, hit me with your best stories for the week. What's going on? I just do flat 12 kilometer. That's 7.5 miles. Thank you for interpreting that into freedom units. I appreciate that. I started riding it because of my need to make it feel better. Nice. But now I've just gotten into the habit of doing it every day. That's awesome. I always feel better after doing my daily ride. I could see myself doing, like, if I could just, like, quickly jump up onto a bike and do a quick, even 10 minutes before work would feel good. But I'm going to actually have, like, a full-on cardio workout day, I think. You have one like that, but it's not that brand. If you could shoot it into the Discord for me, I would be interested in seeing. It connects to your phone, and I can ride like that on it. Yeah. That's what I told Mrs. Nodder the other night. I'm like, I hate the required membership. And then on top of that, it's like, because I've seen some people, we got an ad. I've seen some people selling used Pelotons, and those aren't too bad, right? I'll go ahead and jump back over here while everybody's in ad land. Thank you so much for being here. If you're seeing an ad right now, I apologize. That is Daddy Bezos. I do get a little bit from that, but we're talking half of a penny. But thank you for being here. A way to avoid that is use your Twitch Prime if you got it. If you don't have a Twitch Prime, or you've already used it on somebody else, somebody who's a better Lego streamer than me, I understand. I'm hurt by it, but I understand. But if you'd like to use it on me, I'd appreciate that. And of course, also, there is just monetary subs as well. And those subs really are probably the best way to support the stream outside of direct donations via like the Stream Elements tips. But I am just here to entertain. So I have Turbo because I'm a silly boy who likes wasting money. I see Turbo stuff in my analytics now. So I wondered who that came from. I think K might also be a Turbo. I don't know. So I get more revenue from Turbo ad skips than from people just watching regular ads. So that's a way to support too. You're also sub too. That's like a twofer. That's a twofer. Thank you so much. A silly boy who likes wasting money. Well, you know, we all got our things. Looking around me. Although I've been very proud. I've been very proud lately of how little money I've spent. That'll probably change pretty soon because we're gonna finally get my like yearly raise, which will be nice. But I mean specifically about Lego, that I really haven't bought much Lego outside of, you know, these little guys. No sets. I've been holding myself back. Really trying to not put a lot of money into it, you know. Okay, hopefully by this point everybody is good. General chat is fine. There's also there's a workout section if you want to put it in there too. But either way, I'm not a stickler for that. that. I'm just adding details. I'm taking a little creative license with the details because I can and I should. Let's see. Just doing what kind of makes it look like, you know, Death Star runes. How better can I say that? No, that covers it too much. You know when it's too much, you know? I'm not really digging all the light gray that I'm working with right here, so I need to start incorporating some dark gray. Bum, 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 bum. Gen Chat, it is an Echelon Connect. I think that I've seen that one. Let's see. I'll go to it real quick. Perfect. Okay, I mean, so it's about as expensive as initial upfront cost. Is that... Wait, does that screen come with it? Or is that like where you put your phone or your own phone and your own tablet or something? Because I like what I see so far. I like how small it is. I don't want to try to advertise for these guys, but, you know. You need to supply your own device. Okay. Well, the Pelotons are like 11 to 1200, right? So, I mean, when you think of it that way, if I don't have to have a plan, so that's kind of expandable, and you can put, this is exactly what we need. For sure. Or something similar, you know, whether or not it becomes this one. Something similar. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Not sponsored. At least not yet. You never know, though. There's an app I use instead of their official app that I prefer to. Shoot me the app in Discord, too, if you don't mind. The one that you use lets you connect it to Zwift. If you're into that kind of thing. What is Zwift? Is it like your heart rate measure and stuff like that? It'd be nice if there could be something that could connect to the watch. That'd be nice. That'd be pretty nice. The other reason why I think I need to start filling in some darker colors here is just because I don't want this all to get lost in a sea of light gray. All these details won't really pop when it's all just kind of like together, you know? Okay, and one of the other things we saw was... let me get to the reference pictures again. Okay, so there's a flat surface here. This is where I think right here is where they're going to be fighting directly. It's just basically flat. There is a little bit of a slope. That might be too much. Might be too much. You ride the bike and you move in the virtual world. That's cool. It's like a game. Yeah, I've seen those at like back in my old gym. They had stuff like that. Meaner Stoopfer. Stoopfer. Hello. Good morning. Hi. It can control the resistance of the bike to be more or less if you're going up or down hills. Those are fun. I could get into that. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to kick my workout into the next level. I've been at this stage for about 3 months now, and I'm finally in a habit phase where I'm like, I don't have to force myself to go work out as much. I just do it, and that's really been excellent for me. And so I'm really excited now to kind of like kick it into high gear. And start working out a little bit more. Start working out a little bit more intentionally, you know? Okay. How am I going to do this detail? I need to leave enough space. In fact, let's go ahead and just... Let's go ahead and put the characters out here. I need to get her lightsaber. I don't have her lightsaber yet, but here, she can use this one for right now. I have a whole bag full of lightsabers, so it's not that I don't have one. I just don't want to get to it just yet. The app lets you connect your watch or heart rate monitor. Tracks that in the app too. I do want that. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so don't mind the two lightsabers right now, but that's basically where they're gonna be. So if I can work around this, that overhang, yeah. Oh, that's gotta. I don't remember what that's from. That's got a little, like a griffin on it. Do y'all recognize that piece? I don't remember what that's from. That's an old piece. That's from one of the Falcon builds. The Falcon Heavy. Zeke loves the Falcon Heavy rocket. Falcon. Falcon. Yeah, probably Miscellaneous Castle. You might be right. The Falcon Heavy. But the way he says it is adorable. He goes, that's the Falcon Heavy. It's so cute. It's adorable. Adorable. Tell you what. That kid. We had a moment last night where I just breathed a sigh of relief. Yeah, it's really close, isn't it, Ape? The way he says it, too. I'll have to have him say it for you. The way he says it is just like, oh my gosh. And I'll say, what kind of rocket is that? And he'll say, that's a Falcon Heavy rocket. You're so proud of spelling miscellaneous. I would always just do MISC dot because I never knew how to spell it. I'm paranoid about my spelling though. I hate making like spelling mistakes where I know how to spell the word, but I just for some reason like mistyped it in like a chat or something. I hate that because I have a complex about people seeing me as stupid. And it's like, no, I know how to spell that word. So I'll do the whole back before you could like edit stuff. Where's my mouse? There it is. So back before you could like edit stuff after you sent it, you would have to do like, if you did it super quick, you'd be like, if I can spell it. So if you made like a little typo, right, on miscellaneous, where you're like, I knew how to type that, my finger just slipped, you could just super quickly do like that. That way, in my mind, it would prove I know how to spell, guys. I know how to spell. I just accidentally slipped, you know. I have this thing. I'm gonna spell things on YouTube titles, and Ben would point it out to me, and I'll fix it as fast as I can. You know that there's a meta on YouTube and similar places where if you put in a spelling error on purpose, it does seem to draw more engagement. Because if there's one thing people love to do is correct other people's spelling. So there's been a lot of people I've seen who have employed the tactic of like on purpose misspelling things, just to have people be able to come into the comments and correct their spelling. And then boom, that's engagement. And that is then seen in the algorithm as higher value. And yep. It's not the only thing. My title would be like, me and my Quinn. See, that's just like a typo of the finger, right? Like, it's not like you knew that twin didn't start with a T. I hope. What a wild life, huh? Okay, so I left these here as indicators of where these top things are going to come out, because I think I'm going to be able to, I hope. Yeah. Put like basically things like this here, I think. If I have 3. Come on, baby, give me 3. Ah, and it's a corner piece. Darn. I just need 1 more. Bum, 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 bum. And of course, these are all going to be old gray. Yeah. If I could find 3 that are all the old gray, I might use them, but yeah, and there's the problem about having an older collection. Here's another older gray, I think, right? Yeah. Wait. Actually, this might be. Nah, it's definitely older gray. The newer ones have this, for lack of a better word, or the older ones have this patina to them that I'm not sure is just with age or not. It could just be the age, but they're definitely like dirtier. It could just be me with my filthy, nasty hands. Who knows how many disgusting germs get collected in your Lego collection over the years, you know? Ah, would that be it? It is old gray. But that does mean that I'm pretty sure I have 3 old gray. Oops. Thank you. Okay, there we go. How come that one doesn't actually seem like the older gray? Let me see if I can find another one. At least it doesn't have the same amount of patina as the rest. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so then when it goes up here, of course, ooh, man, it's gonna look gross. You know what? I'm gonna go back to just these, because it's a little too high. I don't know if you could tell from that angle, but it's a little too high. I want them to, yeah, I kind of want them to equal out like that, so. Okay, happy with that. Okay, so we're gonna work on the floor underneath them now. Which I'm hoping will be Apester Live redeemed Nonder Gritty. I don't think that one exists. I don't think so. Nice try though. I am not gonna widowy hit the gwitty. It's so funny how that has become like the. I mean, it was flossing before, right? Is that what that's called? The backpack kid dance, flossing. And I still don't know how to do that. Now you guys expect me to widowy hit the gwitty, and I just don't know if I have it in me, you know. Move you back a little bit. Yeah, let me move you back. Yeah, that's cool. That way I could finish. Yeah. Do this. Actually, I want one with just one side. There we go, just like this. Then I could do. Again, some more patina. Oh, is that gonna be? It's gonna be too much. Maybe. Hang on. Are you gonna fit there, please? I could pop this off. Hold on. Would that work? No, it won't. Those two pieces do not connect that way. But do you care? Does anybody care? Come on, get in there. Wait, why are you... Oh, it's this thing. It's this thing that's keeping me from doing it. Get the knife. Yeah. Ooh, come on. Good morning, Big Mofo. How you doing? You made it. I'm so glad you're here. There we go. Got it. Finally. Jeez. All right, let's try that. Put this first. Then that. So really, that would be too much, you think? To have that little cap on it? No. See? That'd be fine. Perfect. And again, just adding a little patina. You know? You know? Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Little rust here. These pieces are acting as my rust. Give me a little detail. Trying to use them like kind of sparingly. I don't really like that one. Trigger warning, excessive use of patina. If anybody blocks me from saying the word patina the rest of the month, for 15 minutes, I will probably fail that challenge. Most likely. Dun, 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 dun. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, I kind of knew that was gonna come. I'm blocking unfollow. Okay. Let me start a timer. Get the timer up. 15 minutes. You know the drill. If I fail, I have to gift a sub. So, timer has been started. I'm good. Can only hang a little while, but I'm glad to see your new build. I am so glad you're here. Let me show you a little bit of what I got going on here, okay? Let me bring this over here. A sub sandwich? Yeah, I'll gift you a sub sandwich. Yep. Subway, eat fresh. So this is the diorama of the Duel on the Death Star runes. This will be going up here once it's done. Like that. And then there will be a section in the back for Finn that I still have yet to plan out, but it'll be back there. And then the biggest portion of it, the most important portion of it, will be the water, the waves that I'm going to build going up the side of it over here. So ironically, a lot of the details I put here, you're probably not even going to be able to see once the big wave comes into play. But, you know, that's fine. The wave is really what's going to make or break this creation. I really think it is either going to be like, wow, that is so cool. Or it'll be like, oh, okay, well, it looks fine. You know, I think the rest of it looks great, but that is the, what is the word for it? There's got to be a word for like the thing that really makes the creation interesting and cool. If it were your own work, you'd call it like your magnum opus, right? But that's not really it. It's just the winning detail of the whole build is going to be that. I am convinced. What other interesting rust pieces do I have here? To add you didn't get me. A little rust color to the palette. That too much? Depends. Depends on what you do next, right? I've got to actually like pass one of these because the last few I've done I have not passed, and now it kind of feels like everybody thinks that I do it on purpose, but no, I forget. Good morning, Coleman. Piece de resistance. Ooh, that might be it. The piece de resistance. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what I'm looking for. That's what the water shall be. It makes or breaks the whole thing, really. How come that doesn't seem... Oh, it wasn't pushed down all the way. That's why. That's why. I like that idea of doing this down here, but I don't think that's the right spot for it. I don't want to be up this early. I understand. Go back to bed. Or do you have to be up this early? I like that little detail there. Ooh, that's cool. So again, some creative liberties with the details, but I think they're all gonna work out just fine. Okay, so let me go back to this. It's fairly flat where they're actually like dueling, right? But then let me change it this way. I gotta go help my mother with a garage sale. Ooh, garage sales. Ooh. Up early, manual labor on a weekend. Non, did you know that one Piece is real? Like One Piece, like the anime? And I guess it depends on what you mean by real, right? So a lot of the surface of this is fairly smooth. So I also think it's in my best interest to start using some coverage pieces like these. But I also don't want to overdo it. That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then there's going to be a big piece here. So, again, another creative liberty. Another creative liberty that I'm going to take, okay? In one of these shots, off in the distance, you can see, here's a turbo laser right here, right? I think the idea is that this is like one of the trenches. Like this is, I don't know if it's the trench, but I think it's like one of the trenches, you know? So this turbo laser here, off in the background, I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty with, okay? I hope that's okay. This is not going to be to scale, but I thought I might put it somewhere in the build, maybe even closer to the front like this. The problem is I can't put it back here because there's nothing back here. So to somehow get it, ooh, actually, could I hang it off somehow? I don't know. I don't know how that would end up looking. Holy cow, why'd that scare me? Cabbage. It's a meme? It's a meme, my man? Do not talk to me about the dark arts. I was there when the memes were formed. Do not quote them back to me. Child. I don't know that meme, though. Do you ever use illegal building moves with Lego? In my thought process,
It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
and this might be controversial, right? Thank you for the hydration. But in my estimation, unless you are breaking or modifying a piece, there is no illegal building moves. You know, what I'm going to end up doing with the waves is not the way that these are initially meant to be used, but I'm going to use them that way. So unless I'm not snapping them, using a knife on them, getting all, you know, slicey dicey or painting them or gluing them, then anything beyond that I don't think is illegal. But what do you think is an illegal Lego building move? Big mofo. I just like saying your name. I was born in the memes. You sent the meme. Okay. Let's see what passes for a meme nowadays. Oh, it's a video? All right, hold on. All right, hang on. Hold on. Gotta mute this for a second. Hold on. I know you can't see what I'm looking at, but hold, please. Just pause that. All right. Hang on. This better be worth it. All right. You will be judged by your quality of memes right here, right now, in front of everybody. Here we go. I don't even know what that was. I don't even... To say I didn't understand that is the understatement of the century. Is that the whole deal? That you just don't get it? Like, that it doesn't... Is that the humor? Is that it? Just finished the Hobbit hole entrance. Excellent. You definitely should post that in the Discord whenever you feel like it. You merely adopted the memes. I was born in it. You merely... Can I do a Bane? Can I do a Bane? You were born... No, I can't. Sorry. What's up, Nuke? Good morning. We're watching Zoomer memes for a second there. My assumption of an illegal move is snapping them together in a way they're not designed for. Oh, if that's illegal, I do it all the time. I am a big illegal move guy. For sure. Can I find an instance just in here? I mean, yeah, I mean, I do this a lot. Here. I do this a lot for when I'm building like buildings and whatnot. I built an entire Endor bunker this way. Is doing this move here. You line it up and you push that in so it's in between the studs. Actually do that quite a bit. I guess that would be considered illegal, but again, in my mind, if it works with the system, it isn't illegal. It's clever. It's smart. Like me. That's what my mom told me. Stuff like that, sure. But in the gospel according to Non, in the Lego gospel according to Non, there are no illegal moves. There are no illegal moves. As long as you're not breaking or manipulating or hurting people, everything is permitted. Nothing is forbidden. Sounds very much like the Sith code. Don't read into that too much. It's not illegal in the sense it isn't allowed. Right. Just illegal in that Lego didn't sanction it. Yeah, so I guess if I ever want this to become an official Lego ideas, I don't think there's anything illegal going on here. Like, I'm not using any of those type of techniques, I think. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so, like, what's the... I'm a good boy. I never break laws. I never break for laws either. No Lego were hurt in the process of this build. I hope. Yeah. Jamming those bits in there will damage the pegs after a while. Okay. So that kind of goes back to my, you know, saying that it's like as long as you're not breaking them. I don't think I've ever noticed any of my pins being broken, but I can't say that I build that often that way. The reason I say that it's illegal moves is because it would not be allowed in LEGO instructions, as has anyone ever seen those moves in an instruction booklet? True. You're right. And in a way, I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything in this build so far that would be considered illegal. Everything's pretty... I mean, they probably wouldn't put this in an instruction book, though. This is pretty sloppy. I'm not super proud of this part. But this is how I'm making the back piece. It's just a bunch of plates slapped on. So, like, that's a little sloppy on my end, but I knew it wasn't really going to be seen that much, so I didn't really care. So would LEGO ever sanction that? Probably not. I don't know why that one is having such a hard time. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, not illegal, but probably not what LEGO would do. Puts micro stresses on them? Yeah. Not a certainty anything would break. It's just that they're damaged a tiny bit. I can see that. I can give you that. I can give you that. Certain colors are more prone to breaking than others. Really? Certain colors would be more susceptible to breakage. I didn't think about that. By the way, 19 seconds. In case you were wondering. Patina. Boom. Nailed it. Just for proof that I didn't say it outside of the 15 minutes. Ah, nuts. That's a paddling. What? Wait, what? Wait. I thought I was just supposed to gift a sub. Wait, what? Brown for one is quite brittle. Interesting. I have to laugh though, because if LEGO do want to make an illegal move, they just produce a new part to enable them to do it. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you say? Let's see if I can find one. Yeah. So here, instead of doing this, right, where you push it in there, they created this that allows you to get something at a similar angle in a more acceptable way. You know? Yeah, you're right. It can't be illegal if you read the laws. Dang straight. That sounds like an American thing to do right there. America. I just love that that's a paddling. I love it. Okay, I have wanted to add this detail since I started. So yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna take, again, creative liberty with the turbo laser, and I think it's gonna go right there. I think it's gonna go right there and kind of mix in with the water a little bit. I think that's probably my best bet. Is that too much? Maybe. Let's start looking at just doing flooring here. And I think I have some of these. I knew what you meant. Eggs. is brilliant. Lego Company is full of just brilliant, wonderful people. Please hire me, Lego. Please look at my resume that I put in 6 times and never got a call back. Could you please do that? I appreciate that. So I think I'm going to use the rust pieces here to sort of create my mind is still trying to get wrapped around that meme. It's still chugging back here, trying to figure out what that was. Could you explain that meme to me? Is that a meme that could be explained? Is it explainable? Like, why do you find it funny? Do you find it funny just because it's random? And that's valid. Like, random humor. I'm a millennial. We invented random humor. Like, this is our cup of tea. So, no judgment there. But, like, is that the joke? That's just so random? Or am I missing, by having never watched any of One Piece Man, am I missing a crucial piece of information that would make me find that funny? That's the question of the day. The One Piece is real. I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. I don't follow them. Yeah. I thought you said, I don't make the rules. I don't follow them. That's a good piece. That's a good piece. I like it. It's not really a meme. It's just a reference to a line in the show. Okay, yeah. Okay. It's funny because that scene is 2 of the coolest characters died. Oh, and it's supposed to be a sick scene. You know the rules, and so do I. Classic. Classic. All right, who's got fun plans for the weekend? What are we doing? What are we getting into here? Kind of shenanigans, if any. Please tell me you got shenanigans to get into. Somebody, I need to live vicariously through you. Have you actually watched One Piece, Ape? I hope so. Way he's going on about it, you better have watched it. That might work. Oh, that's too long. I need to leave some studs exposed so that they have something to stand on. Zoomers can make the most devastating scenes into memes. Yeah, I guess that's their love language, right? That's how they cope. We all got our stuff, you know. Be like, are you all okay? Are the Zoomers okay? Full commitment's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think I'll put some greats down right there. They're great. Let's see. I'm gonna go to a cousin's graduation party today. Well, that should be fun. The cousins, the good old cousins. I haven't seen my cousins in forever. Going out to have beers and watch football or soccer in your case. Yeah. I think the fact that we took the name of your sport and made it into something different that barely involves feet is a travesty. So I'll just leave that there. It's wild. You can have football. I don't mind. Ever since I watched Ted Lasso, I'm more than happy to concede that football is yours. That looks great. I think that actually looks really good. Ray will be like right here. Kylo can be here. I have a couple ideas for different scenes too within this, that when I do like the photo shoot, I want to be able to move them around, right? So I want her to be able to stand here. Maybe he'll stand here. The other pieces are basically just texture pieces, right? Just trying to add some like flavor, to the build. All different flavors to the build, you know? Sort of like that. Then I also thought of, I need to laugh or I cry. Oh, yeah. I understand that. That's pretty universal. So I also thought about, there's this one part in this scene where Rey does a little like backflip. So I thought I could do something like that, where she's like in the air, you know, flipping backwards, and he's all down here brooding. Like, dang it, she's getting away. Dang it. So that could be kind of a cool. That could be a cool idea as well. A couple of different ways I'm going to set it up when I do pictures. And that's one of them. Come on, get over there. Okay. What do we think? How are we feeling? Definitely some of the older style Lego bricks are causing me physical harm. But I got to remember that this is broken, you know? All right. The other detail that I think is really important, I talked about this a little bit earlier, is the fact that this looks like a pretty pristine Death Star. So, again, we got the rust pieces that we're going to add, of course, but I also think some of the damage needs to be noted. So there's a great spot in this picture right here where this is where she takes off and jumps, does her little flip. But you see this like, oh, you can't see it because it's behind my camera. Here we go. Get rid of Discord real quick. Make sure I don't leak DMs. But yeah, this section right here where she kind of jumps off of, it's all like wreckage, right? So I think that means that on the creation side, on this side right here, I should probably build some type of like wreckage off the side. What that looks like, I think, is going to be, I don't think it'll be too difficult. Basically be, I'm trying to think of how I can build it with what I have here. I'll have to take that off. What if I use some illegal building moves? JK. but actually, like, let's see. So the only reason this is here is just for looks. I can swap these pieces out finally. So this is the back. Okay. So what if I just did like this noise right here? That comes out a little bit further. That will mean that the creation will kind of expand beyond the confines of this. However, there are examples of other dioramas that do that as well, so I'm not super concerned about it. And then from the back here, I could start taking, that might be too long. Maybe that would work. Try to build more into the camera, sorry. see. I also want to use more dark pieces here to kind of show that this is more wreckage than anything else. Do I have plates anywhere? Where do I have plates? Dark plates would be really nice right about now. Ooh, that could, well, no, that's not gonna work. Ooh, although, okay, what if instead you were there? You got to be here. Whoops. Careful there. Somewhat a different color? It might be. There we go. Okay. Gestures vaguely around. Do you really need to ask if anyone is okay? Football is classed as rugby. Okay, so did we steal rugby as well? So did we steal rugby and just called it football? That seems like a very American thing to do as well. America is the same as football. We took something from the UK in the beginning. It was people. Now it's sports names. We definitely took people. That's for sure. Little thing happened, you know. Add a brick underneath here. I'm kind of spitballing here, guys. I'm not entirely sure what will come of this, but I'm layering some stuff right now to see what it's gonna look like. Okay, then I probably have to stop right there. And I thought, oh, geez, why does that one scare me every time? Theft, very American. It is. Soccer is just a bastardization of the name association football. Yeah, what does soccer even mean, though? What do words mean? Who am I? Where am I right now? What am I doing? My world crumbles. Live on Twitch. Okay, so I think underneath, I'm going to add some support. Because we all need some support underneath, you know. Oh, that's not going to work. I can't add this piece because this is where everything connects, right? So I have to be careful. Oh, that's going to look so cool, though. Sorry you don't see it there, but trust me, okay? Trust me, bro. It's going to be just cut like that. Just going to add a little bit for support right there. That's probably all I'm going to add there. Okay. Promise this will have a reason for the madness. But it's looking good. Maybe one that goes out just a little bit further. Yeah. Yeah. That's hot. Sorry. You can't see what I'm doing. Posted a wall sample on the gaming channel. Excellent. I'll take a look in a moment. See, Pirate Eggs, we call it the FA, Football Association. Therefore, we get the FA Cup. That's where the FA Cup comes from. Okay. Also, American football, hand egg. It's called gridiron elsewhere. Pirate Eggs, did you just make up the word hand egg? To just throw in, is it really hand egg? It is shaped like an egg. I have heard the term gridiron. Rugby is a very different sport to gridiron. The secret ingredient is crime. Soccer means soccer. Association. A soccer. Really? That seems like a weird leap for them to take. But I mean, the spelling is there, but association asoker and soccer has existential crisis over the word soccer. It means nothing. It's just good British tradish or shortening words by cutting the first or second syllable and adding an ER to it. Oh, okay. Okay. So was the term soccer, was that sort of in the common vernacular at the time? Even though they didn't call it that. And so when America decided to do its America thing, they just bought over a colloquial term. That's not the word I'm thinking of, but just bought over a term that people kind of generally knew. I don't know how I'm going to get those blue pieces out there. Is that sort of what happened? Sort of? Sort of, kind of? You can look up the Oxford if you're into learning pointless lexicography. Sometimes I am. I love how your streams go from Lego to debating stupid things. That is entirely the point. It's not necessarily on purpose, but I love it. I mean, I have had talks on here from everything ranging to religion, to politics, to gun reform, of which we should 100% have in the States, all while building Lego sets. And I think that's something I really love about, I just love about this community, you know? I feel like we all have healthy debate. It isn't, it never gets too heated, even if people disagree with each other. But it's just good fun. I find the dichotomy of Lego mixed with like really intense political conversation to be deeply fascinating to me. To where like if I were watching content nowadays, that would be the kind of content I would be like, wow, that's cool. That's a cool idea, you know? I'd watch me. I like to think I would. What do you think so far? I'm liking this just kind of chomp taken out of it, you know? On their side, it does kind of ramp up a little bit more. So I'm going to try to see if I can pull something like that off. Might actually require some changes to the flooring system here, which is fine. Where is that? All right, let's go. Here we go. The term soccer comes from Oxford, ER slang, which was prevalent at the University of Oxford in England from about 1875. It is thought to have been borrowed from the slang of rugby school. Initially spelled Asaka. Asaka? Saka? Or Askar. Asokar. Asokar. It was later reduced to the modern spelling. Sucker. Okay, so that's interesting that word was sort of like in the lexicon of people. It's not like we just like took a sport and was like, I don't know, call it this. It's like that was something that people could have potentially called the sport. Or like a similar sport, rugby, right? It'd be a similar sport. Ahsoka. Ahsoka? Hey, it's coming soon. Oh, I'm hyped. Come on, I need Ahsoka like right now. Finally. Jeez. I need Ahsoka in my life. I hope that show just blows everyone's faces off. We could use a win like that. I mean, the Star Wars recently, I think, has been really good. But we could use like another cultural phenomenon like the... Oh, that's cool. Wait a minute. It's kind of a cool angle. We could use another cultural phenomenon like the Mandalorian. Got it. Can I flip the way that this is like... Yeah, I can. It doesn't work quite as well. Sort of. Yeah, like Mando. It just seemed like everybody loved The Mandalorian, right? That's what it seemed like to me. I like this idea. I think this ramp's too long. I think it needs to be a little bit shorter. And if that's the case, I think there's a better way to get that movement up than the way that I'm doing it. I think anyway. So, girl, I hardly know her. I'm Australian, so I know a lot about shortening words for no real gain, but we do it to anything. Okay. That makes sense. Honestly, it's probably pronounced not unlike Ahsoka. Okay. Oi, you won't go play Ahsoka? I could see that. I don't know how good my accent was there, but I could see somebody saying that, and in the cultural context of the day, you being like, oh, okay, yeah.
It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
The same, I think, if people ignore debates, you end up with a Joe as a president who can't debate where he's going half the time. He's old. And I agree, everyone's opinions will not be on the same page, but I mean, things are getting that bad. Boo offends a ghost these days, but debate is always healthy. I think there's a lot of people who hide behind the, everyone's so sensitive, in order for them to make points and or jokes that are actually offensive. And people just hide behind like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Joe Biden, I voted for Joe Biden. I think he is a very old man who is probably very out of touch. And I would prefer to not vote for him again, but it's looking like they're going to make me vote for him again. Because the alternatives are just horrible. I think we could all agree, let's get some age limits on for president. Could we do that at least? Yeah, I think America needs to stop electing people with one foot in the grave. 110%. And if that means that the guy I voted for can't be president, I'm fine with that. I'm cool. That's fine. I don't got a problem with that. Oh, shucks. I can't get Joe Biden elected again. Oh, shucks. Rats. Whatever will I do? That's the thing, is like, I don't make who I voted for my whole personality. I don't rock a Joe Biden hat. I'm not Joe Biden ride or die. Because who you vote for shouldn't be your personality trait. It should be your policy and your principles and your the things that make you a good moral person. Those should be your traits, you know? And if you don't have any of those traits, you should really probably self-reflect a little bit. Here we go. Let's go. Let's see. President is meant to preside, not debate. True. We seem to love to put them in a debate format, but I would wager that the debates don't sway any voters. I would wager by the time we get to that point in an election, everybody's mind is made up already, and you're only going to hear that your side won. And we see that happen every single time. They're like, oh, so-and-so wiped the floor with this guy, and then the other side's like, no, my guy did. Yeah, to be honest, he didn't really have a choice. That's pretty much how I look at it. I don't think he's a horrible president. He's definitely not the worst president we've had, but he is very old, and it's kind of sad to see. Like, it's like it feels like we could have done better. But given the times we were in and what was going on, I do not regret that choice. That choice was the proper choice. As current things going on in our country point towards, that was 100% the correct choice. I'm sorry. Trump's about to go to jail for 20 years. Like, come on, guys. And I tried to warn people. I tried to tell them, hey, this guy, there's something up with him. And instead, all you get is just gaslit by your own family. They're like, oh, you just think he's a little too mean. You just don't like his tweets. Like, get out of here. Come on. No, he's a criminal. He's a criminal. Always has been, always will be. I'm not bitter about that. I don't also know how Joe functions. I felt just utter sadness when he took that fall recently. It's just like, that's more pressure than anyone his age should be under. It really is. But guess who's not much older than he is? Or younger, rather. How will old money keep its money? Think of the rich people and their suffering. Yeah. Okay, imagine buying political merch. I do have, okay, I'm gonna level with you. I do have a 45 hat that says, we just did. Mrs. Nonder got it for me. I think it's funny. However, I don't wear it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wear it. So, and I don't think that I would purposely buy it. It was more just like, it was hilarious because of the context of what had happened over the last few years. But I have never worn it in public. I don't even think I know where it is yet. Because again, I just don't want people thinking that I make my president my personality. And I also, if he ever messes up and does something that I don't like, I want to be able to hold him accountable, And if I'm going around wearing a hat, it's harder to admit that, like, ooh, he did something bad there, Retirement. I think I'm okay with political merch for campaigning, right? Like, I don't think that inherently is a bad thing. But when literally you make, like, MAGA your whole personality, it just doesn't make any sense. It's interesting to see the points from people in chat who aren't American, because I think that puts things into good perspective. Retirement age is around 60 for a reason. Your brain isn't meant to last that long. Yep. Facebook feed will be what convinced them regardless. Yep. He literally bragged about sexually assaulting people on public TV. Exactly. And then people get surprised. They're like, oh, some of these women are coming forward and saying that he assaulted them. And then we're like, they made it up. And it's like, but he bragged about it on TV. Like, is it really that far of a stretch to think that maybe he did it? That's not that crazy to think. That's not that wild. I'll try not to use crazy as much, but that's not that wild, Yeah, he literally brags about it, and then people act like, oh no, fake news. Fake news, he couldn't have done that. Sure. We can put that back. I can throw this one back on here. There we go. So it's interesting to see that. From outside looking in, it looks like a circus, to be honest. Yeah. That has been that has been what I have heard from people that I know outside of the country too. It's sad. That isn't a reason to not let him run a country. I don't know what is. Well, there's also espionage. Honestly, like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Like, Bill Clinton, for example. Okay. What he's got going on in his own personal sexual life, I don't care. I don't. Same with Trump. However, If the allegations are assault, I have a problem with that, obviously. But if it's just like, oh, he cheated on his wife and everyone gasps, and it's like, yeah, well, you shouldn't do that. But what I have a problem with is people preaching moral superiority and trying to tell other people how they need to lead moral lives when they themselves are not living moral lives. And that's usually what has happened. How many times do we see the stories of people ranting and raving about homosexuals and about trans people and just all of the culture war BS that the right has tried to tell us is an issue when it's not, when it's just people who want to live their life and have their rights. But how many times then that person then shows up in the news? Guess who has stuff on their computer? Guess who is meeting up with people? You know? Guess who has illegal things on them? I don't want to say the word because it's disgusting. But, like, it's always these guys. The call is coming from inside the house, everybody. When they're ranting and raving against this stuff, it is 100% a self-report on their side. They are angry, not just at the world, but at themselves, because they see what's inside their own hearts, and it terrifies them. And instead of going to therapy and dealing with it, they try to control everyone else, because they feel like if they can get everyone else under control, then it won't be an issue for them anymore. You know? That's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. So be wary of people who are constantly harping on a particular moral failing, and saying how people who do this are monsters and beasts, and they deserve to burn in hell for eternity. Be wary of those people, because those are usually the people who are doing the said things that they're ranting against. Let's see. I heard Palma. You mean Kamala Harris? Has a strong alliance with North Korea, so she said. I mean, I don't know about that. I would hope that we're not on the verge of nuclear war with North Korea, but Trump said the same thing. He bragged about his relationship with that place as well. It is utterly bonkers. I think she was maybe supposed to say South. Yeah, maybe she meant to say South Korea. But maybe she's friends with a crazy person. I mean, crazier things have happened. It's not illegal to cheat on your spouse. Exactly. It is illegal to grab them by the, yeah. Yes. That's kind of what I was getting at. It's like, I don't really, the thing that got Bill Clinton in trouble wasn't so much his impropriety with somebody who wasn't his wife, but more about the fact that he lied and tried to cover it up. That's what got him in trouble. Otherwise, like, it wasn't technically illegal. Now, did it look great? And do people want to vote for somebody who cheats? Maybe not. Probably not. I mean, I would have thought that. I would have thought that would have been the case in 2015, 2016, but apparently people love to vote for people who cheat, so that doesn't matter anymore. Crazy. It has been the craziest since 2016 to now. Has been the how many years is that? 17, 18, 19, 20. 8 years? It has been the craziest 8 years in my entire adult life. Like, it's just been... I thought it would be uncouth to type it out. I appreciate you not typing it out. We have more class here than literally most of our politicians. Literally just jingling keys in people's face to distract from the real problems. So, see, I don't think, Clumsy, that it's actually like... I don't think that they're like, ooh, I don't want people to catch me doing this, so I better distract them. I don't think it's that. You know what I think it is? I think it's literally they see projection, right? They see in themselves the thing that they hate. It's a self-hatred thing. They struggle with something. And so then they see it everywhere. Everyone else is also struggling with this thing, right? They see it everywhere. And so they rant and rave about it because the thing that they hate the most about it is what they see in themselves. you know? And if, in that respect, it's kind of sad. It's kind of, I mean, I don't feel bad for them because I also feel like they know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, it's just, it is sad. It is just sad. And then everyone else thinks, yeah, like this is the war we need to take on. Like this is what we need to do. These are the people we need to try to stop. And meanwhile, it's the guys that are ranting about it that are really the ones doing it, and they get away with it until they don't. Usually they end up not getting away with it for very long. What do y'all think? What do you think of this? What do you think of that kind of like chunk? Is this ramp too like rampy? Is it too rampalicious? Does it look like I tried too hard to make a ramp there? It kind of does to me, but I'm interested to see what you think. Classic projection, exactly. Everyone wants to do a specific thing, but that isn't a normal thing to want to do. Yeah. God couldn't control free will, so good luck to anyone who tries. I could get into a free will conversation, and I don't really know what I believe about that anymore, so I won't right now. Didn't you have a president or something that stepped down because he couldn't spell potato? I don't remember that in my history books. But also my history books. Propaganda. Now they commit war crimes in the open and they're just oopsie daisy. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like a ramp. Okay. Yeah. I think I agree with you. Maybe I can help it not look quite so rampy, you know? Free Willy is a good movie, 7 out of 10. Okay. Big Mofo likes it. I think maybe just like adding a little bit to this to make it not so square might be a good idea. New America lore just dropped. Somebody fact check this for me. Is this true? Is this true? He wasn't president. K is my resident history nerd, and I say that in the most lovingly way possible. If anybody knows about history, it is 100% going to be K. I love it. Who was that, K? Who are we talking about? What's the best way to defeat the Death Star? With a well-timed torpedo. Photon torpedo. Into an exhaust shaft that was put there on purpose by the designer. Galen something. Whatever his name was. That's how you do it. It's simple. It's easy. You could do it. Anybody could do it. Luke Skywalker did it with almost no training. He had no training in the Force. He had very limited knowledge of the Force, actually. And he was just an okay fighter pilot. I just like to trigger the Luke fans when I do that. Dan Quayle. He was running for president. Everyone was like, this guy would be a president. He can't spell potato. It was Dan Quayle. He was vice president. He was running a spelling bee and was given a card that had potato, spelled potato. They gave him for the rest of his career. I think he blamed that for his not becoming president, but really he was just an idiot overall. I remember Dan Quayle somewhat. Like, I somewhat remember that. That's funny. When we had standards for our president. Wonderful. Do we like that? I don't know. That just seems a little extra. You can just tell, right? You can just tell sometimes when it's like, it's just a little bit too much. What are we thinking here? I'm running out of flat pieces. I really only remember him as a meme. Yeah. Potato. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em, ruin your career. Wait. Boil 'em, mash 'em, ruin your career. He was given a card that had potato. So he was running a spelling bee. He was given a card that had potato spelled potato. He was given a card? Or like, did he spell it with an E? Because I mean, I admit that's tripped me up in the past. I'm big enough to admit that. I can admit that, right? I think adding some rust pieces here might be useful. Oh, stop. Don't break it all. I'm liking where this is going. I like how that looks. If I can focus on it. Like, just that does look like it's been kind of just like bitten out, you know? I'm on board with this. Potatoes. I know more about American presidents than I do Australian prime ministers. Well, yeah, I'd imagine our American presidents are a little bit more entertaining, right? Which is not what you want out of a leader, but that does seem to be what we get most of the time nowadays. Convinced that's why Trump won to begin with, just because everybody thought this was a TV show. And then he becomes president and everyone's like, oh, shoot, this actually affects our lives? Crud. I should have thought about this. But of course they don't. Then they just double down. Imagine admitting you're wrong. Can't happen. I did like Obama. I think he was a kick-ass president from the outside. It looked like he knew how to run a country. Yeah, I'm okay with Obama. Some of the stuff I think about, like the drone strikes, is a far more American industrialized military complex conversation, and not so much about him directly owning that, you know, even though that's bad. And I wish America wouldn't do that. It's not like that was unique to him as a president. But I think he was overall, you know, yeah. Let's see. It does show how far we've fallen when being able to spell was a barometer for becoming president. Absolutely. Only one of our PMs that I really know anything about is Harold Holt, because he went swimming one day and just vanished. Oh, wow. Really? So he was moderating the spelling bee. Potatoes has an E in classic English. He was judging it. I believe the kid wrote potato, and he said the kid was wrong. Okay, but somebody gave him the card with the E on it, though, right? That's the part that I'm a little like, that's not fair to him. Potato has no E, which is where it's confusing. Yeah, in American spelling. Amazing thing that Harold Holt is there is a swimming center named after him, which I love. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible, but that's also pretty funny. Okay, am I good with this now? Did we successfully make it look less rampy? I think it's these. That kind of make it look rampy. Let's see if we can do anything about that. I might pop this off for a second. Yeah. Whoops. Oh, sorry. If it was more like... It doesn't have to be perfect, because obviously it's just broken. Whoa! Wow! Hello, it's a fro raid. Too soon. Dutch, hello. How the heck are you? Fro, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you being here. Hello. I know a lot of you have been here before, but I am Non, or Nonder, or Aaron, if you prefer my Christian name. But welcome to the stream. We're building Lego today. We do this on Saturdays. And during the week, we play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I believe is what you were doing. Let's shout it out real quick. Do I do it the best time? Do it. What am I saying? Did I do it right the first time? That's what I'm trying to say. Hello. Yes, Duel on the Death Star runes is what we're currently building today. We are doing a mock. Which I haven't done in a long time, and I am loving it again. I am so happy right now. It has been a long time since I've just been able to kind of like build creatively. And part of that is because I've just had, my collection stored in Ziploc bags like this and not using it. Like, what am I doing? And now that I'm using it, my brain is just exploding with ideas. I love it. So yeah, playing some Tears of the Kingdom too. I love that game. That is what we do during the morning coffee hours, the pre-work coffee hour, for about an hour, just about every weekday. I play a little bit of Zelda. So if you're looking for more Zelda, and I have been told I have a beautiful mind when it comes to Zelda, so Spud has said that he loves the way my mind works. So take that for what you will. We're talking about Lego earlier, about how little you have, you need more, but it takes up everything. It takes up so much space. This is a little behind the scenes. This is full. I have all these pieces over here to choose from. Over here, off camera, you can't see even more, just to be prepared, I like this angle though. Yoink. So yeah, I'm taking sort of the diorama design and making it my own. And it has been just a swimming success so far. I have been very grateful for how this has gone so far. I think that was better. Yeah, now it kind of, I think those other pieces just made it look too rampalicious. Because I'm not really going for ramp. Here's what I'm going for, okay? This is what I'm going for. This little section right here, where it looks like it's kind of been torn off, And this is what Ray runs to and ramps off of. For those of you just joining us, here's more of the reference pictures. This is what we're building right here. The biggest detail is going to be the water. I am going to be making a wave. I have pieces on order for that part of it. It'll be a little bit before we get to it, but this is kind of the scene right here. And it's been so much fun. Poke it with a light stick. Throw your lightsaber at it. Just stand on the top floor of the Death Star with a lightsaber and then just let go. And just let it go all the way down. I find making mocks so amazing. I can't do it myself. Very impressive. Well, thank you. Well, here, let me show you what it's going to kind of do. There might still be more detail work on this little chompy section here, but I think for purposes of today, I can kind of call that pretty good. This is going to pop right on top. Come on. And I'll show you a different angle once I... Ooh, is that going to cause a problem? Is that causing problems? Oh, let's flip it around. Are you causing problems here? Who's causing problems? Not me. Couldn't be me. Who's Who is causing that? Who? Is it you? Is it you? You toad? Oh. Oh. There we go. Something isn't quite adding up there. There we go. There we go. Big Mofo, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm glad you got to show up this morning, and I hope you have an amazing week. I'll see you throughout the week if you can swing by. Okay. Something's still keeping it from being able to click down here. What is it? Am I just not pushing hard enough? Ooh, this is one of those times where I'm like nervous that if I push a little bit harder, the whole thing breaks. What is keeping it from... There shouldn't be anything. We're gonna turn it. Okay. Definitely looking forward to the custom wave. That is gonna be the piece de resistance, as we have identified. It's definitely right here that's causing it. Try to focus for you. Oh, I think I see. Yeah, it's that little lip right there. Okay. There's a little lip. So that means this piece right here can essentially not be there. But it doesn't mean it can't be used. It only means it can't be used the way that I wanted to use it. But that's fine. How was Zelda this morning? How many hours is Fro into on Zelda? That's probably too long. If I did like this here. There. I like do I like the teeth being there now? This is the unfortunate part. Is I kind of want something right here because it just looks weird without. Maybe I can slim it down a little bit. Guessing 8-ish on this build. Or are you talking about Froze? It's pretty good. Finally got off Tutorial Island about 8 hours in. But stream hours are not focused gamer hours. Absolutely, I understand that. Believe me. I'm doing an hour every morning before work, and I'm probably 22-ish, give or take, because I sometimes go over the hour. 22-ish hours in. Yeah. I understand fully. Whoops. What have I done? I just meant to pop this off and flip it. There. Man, 8 hours on Tutorial Island, though. I don't think it took me 8 hours, right, gang? I don't remember for sure. But I also didn't... I'm not like a completionist, so I didn't look at everything. I probably need to go up to that island again. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, that should work. Yeah, I'll do some more detail work on that later. All right, that should pop right back on there. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now I can show you a little bit more detail, all right? All right, so here, you can go. You're not a part of this yet. But that's what it's gonna look like from the front. The wave is gonna start down here. I'm going to be using white, blue elements like this to sort of create a wave, starting small right here, and then building all the way up until it's sort of coming over the side, right? I'm imagining the wave kind of crescendoing right here. And then, of course, I'll put some water elements on top of this to make it look like the water has also kind of shown over there. The other piece to it, too, that we'll actually probably start working on next year, since we got about an hour still, is back here. So most of the dioramas, I was showing them earlier. I'll show you again just in case you missed it. This is a Death Star trash compactor. Don't mind the dust. Very cool build. Got some movable elements in it. But then also on the back end, there's just a little scene going on back here with C-3PO and R2-D2 and a little control panel. Very basic, very simple. So I'm taking that concept and I'm ramping it up to 11. Because on my back end, wait for it, I'm going to have basically the interior of the Death Star runes right here. So there is a section where Finn is walking through with Janna. And they're walking through the ruins, and there's like stormtrooper helmets and a lot of disconnected hoses and pipes and just stuff like that. So back here you're gonna see Finn, and I don't have a Janna figure. I might have to try to find one just to complete the build. But yeah, that's what's gonna be back here. Man, you can really see those discolored gray bricks in this build. I'm not a big fan. I might have to switch those out eventually, but we'll see. The red is kind of acting as the rust, which I also need to add some more rust details to the front facade. Some patina, as is our favorite word today. Some patina. But yeah, that's it so far. I'm liking it. I'm happy with it. Actually, very kind of impressed with it. I'm sort of impressing myself. It's been a while. I used to build all the time, right? All the time, especially as a kid. That's, when you couldn't afford to buy new sets all the time, that's what you did, That's not biblically accurate. R2 and C-3PO were on a different floor. So that, you are right. However, that's also the case with this as well. They weren't down underneath either. They were actually like over here somewhere inside the ruins. But I'm taking creative and artistic liberties, as Lego seems to do sometimes as well. So deal with it. But biblically accurate, I think, is funny too. What was I saying? I don't recall what I was saying. But anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do an order for the water pieces. They're pieces. These are basically the only transparent pieces that I have. Not enough, so I'm gonna do a big order for that. I guess I'll start on the interior, huh? I know that this isn't Rey's lightsaber. I'll swap it out later, but the scene as I see it is gonna kind of be here. Like that. Isn't that cool? The water is going to make or break this whole thing. If I can get that thing to sweep up right here to where the water's kind of clashing in front of them and you almost see them sort of behind the water, this is gonna be just so cool. And I'm liking this now. The more I see this, the more I like it, because again, it adds that extra like destructiveness to it that I didn't really feel like I had. This looks too pristine over here, right? But then you can kind of see some of the ruins. God, this is so cool. I'm sorry, it's really cool. All right, in order to do the back end, I'm gonna pop this off again, which I made this easy to on purpose. Made this easy to disassemble so that it can be easily transported. I gotta take this to a con or something. Am I getting too big for my britches here? I'm like, I gotta enter this into competitions. Let's go. Love how it pops out of the diorama boundaries too. Yes, so there's a couple that do that. I was gonna try to keep it contained, but then I noticed, like the Dagobah set, the trees kind of pop out. It's all 3D, so the trees kind of pop out. And I love that. I love that. Cage is zoned out. It's okay. I do that too. All right, so yeah, I mean on the back wall, I'm trying to figure out. So for the floor, I want there to be inside the Death Star. Obviously, was like this, this pristine, shiny floors, right? So I'm going to use some of those in this, but then I'm also going to be adding water elements to it and more rust elements as well. So I'm going to start on that part. This might be kind of hard to see based on the angle I'm going to build at, but just bear with me. I'll start with these long pieces. Yeah, I like that about the Dagobah one too. Yeah. Start with these long boy pieces down here. Start simulating the hallway. But yeah, I'll also have water elements, which I might be able to use some of the ones I have before that order comes in. Okay, come on, get in there. I know that pin is causing me trouble. I don't have the heart to remove it yet. Come on, there you go. I knew you could do it. I knew it. The pin's probably gonna bug me. Okay. Where are these things right here? So I actually have, ironically enough, this is pieces to the last thing I was trying to build. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. So I used to build a lot as a kid. I have a video on my YouTube. If you all want to see it, if you have some time, I would recommend it's a recommended watch for me. Let me go to it and show it to you real quick. I won't show you the whole thing, obviously, but I think it's youtube.com/Nonder. N0NDER. Let me double check. I do have that handle, don't I? Don't I? I could have. Oh, you got to do @Nonder. youtube.com/@Nonder. Yeah, here we go. This is me. Shameless plug. But I have a video on here I did a little while back. These ones right here. Looking at some of my old Lego creations as a kid. Oh my gosh. It's pretty wild. This was so much fun. I actually found my brick shelf account. But you can see what I'm going for here. What I'm talking about is I built a lot and I thought I was a fairly decent builder. It was just my lack of proper pieces in the right colors that I think really made the difference, I think that's what it was at its heart. So this is a great video. Oh no, there's a spoiler. That was me. Yeah, so there was so much cool stuff in here that I built. It was just, colors. Everything I built was very colorful. This was my little station in my room. I don't want to spoil the entire video. I 100% recommend you go watch this if you're interested in anything I've built in the past. But that has been just my experience with Lego. Is I have always thought that I could be a good builder. I just never had access to the right pieces to do so, And now I have all these sets that I had deconstructed that I wasn't displaying. It just feels like the right time to pull them out, That's what intimidates me about trying to start stuff like this, the lack of resources to get started. I mean, this is a lifetime for me, right? Like this is these over here, all of these going over to this wall is just my lifetime Lego collection. So it's not like I started this 5 years ago and, all of a sudden just, want to try to get into the hobby. That would be hard. I'm not saying it's impossible and I would never gatekeep it that way. But just having that context and that understanding that it takes that long sometimes, and that it isn't just it isn't an easy thing to just jump into, unfortunately. I wish it was easier for people to jump into. I think more people would be into it, you know? All right, so here, I'm just putting down some flooring, but I also need to make sure that I have some places to actually attach things. So I'm going to probably about right here start putting here like a rust element down. While you focus more on building games, that makes sense. Hey, Fro, you need to play on stream if you can. Lego Brick Tales. I'm sure Lars has already told you about it. If you like building and you like Lego at all, it is a wonderful game. It is really great. I think you'll like it a lot. It's probably my favorite Lego game ever. Because I've never really been that into the Lego games, but this one just hit. It's so good. If you could do it on stream, that would be even better. I saw you give it a go for a bit. I do want to try it out. Yeah, I had it. That was probably one of the best morning coffee hours that I did. It's not a horribly long game, but also has a little bit of depth if you really want to dig into it. Yeah, I will never stop singing the praises of that game. It's really great. Am I out? Am I out of those? Surely not. Surely not. Don't call me Shirley. Let's put 2 right here. There they are. I knew I wasn't out of these yet. Come on. Okay, so it's not quite even, which is disappointing. So I mean, I could put this here. That is pretty disappointing. So I think instead what I'm gonna do is figure out an aesthetic way to put it down here. I'm big on aesthetics. I'm big on the vibe of a build. Especially if you use pieces in a way that is unexpected to create said vibe. I love that. That is my crack. Okay, and then if this were in the middle, I know that this is a weird angle for you all to view. I'll try to prop it up a little bit for you. There you go. I could just use this as an opportunity. Every challenge is just an opportunity in disguise. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I need one more 2x1 flat with a singular stud. There it is. That would be this one right here. I'll put it like, yeah. I'll put those like right here. Okay. Making sure I didn't miss any messages or anything. I am good. And then we'll put these here. All right, so we have some studs here to kind of build off of for them to stand on. And yet it still kind of fits aesthetically, I think. I hope you agree. Alrighty, I better get ready for bed. Have a great day/night. Thank you so much for the raid again. I hope you have a wonderful evening and get some sleep. I always appreciate your raids. They are greatly appreciated. Always a safe bet. I know whenever that raid sound happens, I know that it's going to be a good time. We're strangers passing in the night on the other side of the globe. But yet somehow, through the power of the internet, we're able to connect. And I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Man, seeing pictures of my childhood bedroom. Sorry, I still have the video up over there. I bring everyone here because I know everyone is safe here and you deserve more eyes on you. Well, thank you so much. This is definitely as safe of a space as I can possibly make it. But I appreciate that. It's cool when you're going for a certain, you're going for a certain vibe with your community, and then I'm going to build like this for right now. You're going for like a certain vibe and it like pays off, you know? It's like, that is exactly what I was hoping people would get out of this, you know? It's not the right color. Some of the old gray is kind of gnawing at me a little bit. It's kind of making me a little spicy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I know those two probably look the same. Okay. What about the long boys? Where is my container that has the slopes in it? That's all plate. Oh, it was buried underneath this one. There we go. There we go. I got a couple of options here. Ooh, that could be interesting. This is what I love. This is the part I love. I just had a thought. So like some of the hallways in the Death Star are sort of like, I wonder how that'll look. That might work. I am kind of playing right now. Ooh, no, see, that's going to come out way too far. The top one's probably fine. The bottom one, not so much. So get rid of the bottom one. Like that. Okay. I am getting a little extra with the interior, but man, I love being extra. I love having the ability to be so extra, you know? We'll see if that plays out. We'll see how that'll look. It's a bold move. We'll see if it pays off. Okay. Back to the idea, though, of this. I think this is a safe bet. All the same size? Gonna require some pieces with 4. Ooh, unless I get clever. Ooh, almost. I could do it like that. Okay. And then some rust pieces on either side. See if I have one. I think I hear the boy getting up. I have another one here. Okay. The walls of the Death Star. Oh, what am I thinking then? They need to go like this, don't they? Yeah, they're full of like control panels, and those white. Ooh. Hang on, let's do some Googling real quick. For for the Death Star interior walls. He's been up. He's playing PJ Masks. Cool. Hello, Mrs. Nodder. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is what I'm thinking. These sort of light things. Can I get those angles? I'm not so sure. It would require me to get some white pieces. That looks cool though. I'm gonna leave that up as a reference real quick. Okay. He got some PJ Masks toys the other day. And he loves them. Weirdest thing, this kid got into PJ Masks because we were transitioning him from diapers to pull-ups. And one time, like literally one time, the only pull-ups that they had were PJ Masks. And so I told him, I was like, oh, this is PJ Masks. And he's like, what's that? And I was like, oh, it's like a cartoon, like a kid's show. And ever since then, he's like, I want to watch it. I was like, okay. And so we turned it on, and basically from the first time, he's been hooked, right? And now he loves it. He loves it. It's so cool to see him, like, get stuff, you know? See his eyes light up when he's like, oh, I like this. This is something that I like. Okay. How about... He's adorable. I can't get enough of him. So I have a whole bag full of white pieces, but as you can tell, the white pieces age very poorly. Look at that nasty boy right there. Ooh. So I don't know how much of this I'd actually be able to use in this particular build. And also these are just bricks. I need plates. But I think my white plates are kind of going to suffer the same fate, unfortunately. So bear with me a second. I'm going to look in the drawers real quick. Ow. I know I shouldn't say ow when I stand, but it did hurt. Ow. Here they are. Oh, there's definitely some pieces we can use here. Definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a container. And we'll do a little bit of sorting. So now I'm gonna grab a couple of these. Those look okay. Because I think what I should do is start by using these, right, as the background, and then use dark gray. Actually, you know what? That might be all I need. Oh, I need to be more organized. I need to get this collection organized real bad. Real bad. Okay. So, yeah, if I... 1, 2, 3. Maybe overkill? Maybe just 2? Yeah, maybe just 2. Let's start with that. Just see how it goes. Oh, I should do black. I don't know how many of these black pieces I have. So let's just see what happens, okay? If I were to do that, and then leave a gap. Wait, what am I doing? That's perfect. mean, it gets the idea, right? The idea is there. It's a little boxy. They make flat pieces that have like rounded edges to them. Don't know if it's worth buying more of those. But it would be cool if this effect was a little more, I don't know what you call it. Like, I think it needs to be kind of 3D. Like the white from the light should come back from here. Maybe I need to get rid of this. You coming in, bud? You coming in, buddy?
That funny with this name called Greg.
It is funny that his name is Greg. Come here. You want to say hi?
No.
Okay, you don't have to.
What is it?
It is funny that his name is Greg, though. One of the PJ Masks' name is Greg, and I also find that hilarious.
So he's good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, if I take that off, I could go floor to ceiling.
And he is Connor.
There's Connor. Okay, the blue one's name is Connor.
And he's Amaya.
And Amaya. Who does Amaya become? Owlette. Amaya becomes Owlette.
Greg becomes.
Greg becomes
Gecko.
Gecko. He had to think for a second.
Connor becomes.
Catboy. Catboy. That might work, right? And then I'm gonna grab this again. Connor becomes. I've watched so much PJ Masks. So much. I see you. Piece that I want to get. Haha. Exact piece that I want to get. This might look too basic. Might be too basic for me. Oh, he just closed the door. Okay. I guess he's done with me. Do I have any more of those in here? I sure hope so. Come on. This should be my entire plate collection in white. They gotta be in here somewhere. There's one. Ah, got two right here. Okay. Now that I know. So kind of like this. This isn't the final. This is too basic to me. Like, looks too kind of skunky, but watched him close it and he waved at you before shutting the door. Aw. I missed it. Looks a little too stripey, right? But I think that there's things we can do to sort of dress it up a little bit. All right, Dutch. What can we do to dress it up just a little bit? So we could start. Okay, do I have any plates that are long enough but not too long? You know? There's a plate. I don't think that's the length I'm thinking of. What's a good length for a plate? What's a good length? Is it like, you know, what's a respectable plate length in your mind? Asking for a friend. Okay, well. I guess I don't have any other plates of the size that I need. Maybe I'm overthinking it again. Which I am apt to do. These are almost too long, though, to do what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know, guys. I just think that looks too basic, don't you? I want the rounded corners. There also needs to be like different varying lengths of the light, which would require even more of the black. All right, I'll have to think of this. Maybe I get some inspiration if you're all cool with it. I'm looking up Lego. Death Star interior walls Lego. Let's look at this. I'm gonna get some inspiration, okay? Something going on here is interesting. What is that? Oh, it's a 3D printed. See, that's illegal to me. 3D printed. Get out of here. See, I mean, that's from the Lego game. That doesn't really help me that much. Oh, that's cool. That's from the actual Death Star. Images. Well, that's cool. Lego Star Wars Death Star incomplete. 12 pounds of Lego pieces. No figs for $200. Wow. Okay, the Death Star globe is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. Has no one else really... Ooh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, clever. I like that. That's much easier, too. Now, okay, I have to think about how you would make this wall. Ooh, that just got deeply interesting. Okay. All right. Shout out to Mr. Brick for his Death Star wall mock that I think we could use that. Although, okay, so if I do that, right, then I don't need this whole thing if I build the wall that way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this together, because then I'm just going to build kind of a standard wall across this, you know. I'm going to keep this together because we might revert back to this design later, okay? So we'll leave that here. This is a great idea. I like this a lot. So it looks like he's building it sort of on its side. Let me think this through for just a moment. He uses like the dark gray, almost blue. But let's just proof of concept it first before we worry too much about colors, right? So I could use pretty much any of these white plates. In fact, the more the merrier, right? And some bricks. It looks like the plates are probably big enough. So let's grab as many of these plates as we can find. 1x plates is kind of what I'm looking for. I'll grab the 2x's as I go just in case. And the flat ones. Because you never know. Actually, 2x is probably the better bet because of the thickness of it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. This is the best part, is finding out together. And yes, there's more efficient ways to sort through your Lego collection. Do not do what I'm doing. Please be more efficient than I am. That piece isn't going to be usable. All these really weathered. Look at how yellow that one is. Ooh. What's up, Charles? Good morning. Welcome. We're rocking and rolling this morning. How's your Saturday going? I am having a blast here. May not seem like it, but I really am. Trying to avoid the overly yellowed. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, yuck. Oh, that is like, that almost looks like it came from a smoker's home. Look at that in comparison. It probably was just me leaving it in the sunlight as a kid. Wow. And also just age. These older elements just didn't age as well. Wow. The build is going great, honestly. This is the grossest thing I've seen in a while. That is disgusting. But yeah, actually, the build is going rather swimmingly. I keep on kind of overcomplicating it and making it bigger and bigger. Bigger and better. But, you know, I'm not complaining about that. I'm now trying to find plates of one by white plates for an idea for the interior walls. I'm going to tell a story with the way that I do this, because you'll recall these are the Death Star ruins. So obviously these lights aren't working anymore. Like, they're not going to be on. But it's kind of like, the way I see it is like the filament is still there, right? Whatever powered it is long turned off. But kind of like a neon tube in an overhead light. They're still kind of white, you know? That's the way I'm picturing it. Okay, I'm getting somewhere now. Some of these are way too long, I just know it. Hey, happy Saturday, Nidalicious. How you doing? Okay. There's probably more in here, and I'll probably sort more of them later, but I think I have enough to proof of concept this thing. We all darken as we age. Yeah, they call them age spots. It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration. Time for some water. How's it going, Nidalicious? How's the bot going? How's Bot Delicious treating you lately? Okay. Again, I gotta remind myself I'm just proof of concepting this right now, okay? But let's build off of just 1x pieces. And, gray. We're gonna go off of gray right now. I would like to do this all at dark gray at some point. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so with like pinks like this, right? Okay. And then gray, like a gray 2-piece. If I have any of those laying around. Oh, nope. Although, I That could be a way that I could attach it. Ooh, that piece is roughed up quite a bit. Let's see if we have another one. There we go. It's another reason why I'm waiting to place a final order, because I might need some more pieces. So I kind of wanted to place all those orders all at once. Went to the lake to dip the dog and stopped at an ice cream bar on the way home. It's pretty good right now. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a perfect Saturday. Problem solved. Go a little bit bigger. Ugh. Okay. Now this looks like nothing so far. However, now we do gray. Gray plates of some kind, if I even have them. Again, I'm gonna have to do some more sorting and finding of pieces. Proof of concept, Don. This doesn't have to be the final thing. Proof of concept. The problem is, let's see, do I have any light gray plates in here? 1x plates. This all needs to be sorted so bad. The problem is sorting and then, you know, finding a place to have all the sorted bricks. This is the Resistance Bomber set, by the way. Alright. That's the piece that I need, okay? Alright. So if I add this in here, I add another one of these. If I can find one. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So, that's sort of proof of concept, right? Obviously, like, the next one, then I do, like, all white, like this. And then the next one would probably have some more gray in it. I'm just going to have to dig out a bunch of gray pieces, though. Does that make sense, though? So it's going after this style right here. Theirs are a little bit smaller, but I also have a lot more room to work with here. So that's going to be interesting. And, of course, I can build... I'm already building at an angle here, right? Or on its side, I guess you could say, due to these. So this wall will just connect with that all the way down. And then in the middle, I think I'll do something more, more traditional. Bot Delicious hasn't gotten any attention lately. I blame Hyrule. Yeah, I understand that. But yeah, that's the proof of concept. I think it could work. I just need to dig out the smaller pieces. I do kind of like the smaller section. I'm a Swedish Viking! Whoa. Yeah! That was probably for Zeke. If we can hear him. I don't think I could hear him. That's usually for Zeke, unless Mrs. Nonder just really likes it. Time to wrap 35 feet of XLR cable around my studio. Oh boy. Are you doing cable management today? But yeah, it'll just attach to this. So I'll basically make this whole pattern all the way down. I do think it needs to be more subtle. I think I like his a little bit more. That's a little bit smaller pieces. So my mission is to find all of Looks like he's got 1x4s and then 1x1s and then 1x4s and kind of staggering it like that. And then I'll just make this entire wall section like this all the way across. Yeah, that should actually look pretty cool. That should look pretty cool. Check out Mr. Brick. Props to Mr. Brick for the design. Mine will end up looking a little bit different, but I think this works as a proof of concept, and I will continue to work on that as we go. Okay, because I have to dig out a bunch of bricks for that, let me think of what else we can work on while I'm still here. Well, I got a couple of minutes. Hey, welcome back, Clumsy. Ooh, that's hot coffee. I'll start putting some of these away. Sorting things out. I might do 2 wall sections. One coming from this side and one coming from this side. And then in the middle, I might do a more basic, I might just build up like this with regular bricks and do a different design like that. Yeah. I think that will work. And then, yeah, there'll be water in here. There'll be some other details like I'm going to have some like pipes coming off of it, of which I do have some of those in my collection. I kind of also want to have like some junk sort of in the way, just kind of sitting around. Some old Stormtrooper helmets will be littering the ground as well. I think that could be pretty cool. And that'll be the interior. And once that interior is done, the only thing that remains, that hair was on there. The only thing that remains then is the water. And we'll be cooking. All right, so I gotta get an order in for the bricks for the water. I do have to say, thank you for the stretch. I am kind of like hunched over. Sorry. Little hunched over boy. I do have to say, next weekend I will not be here on Saturday. So, but that also I think works out really well because it'll give me time to get the final pieces in place. And then hopefully over the course of the week after, we'll be able to actually like finish this and call it done. For a recap, here's what we did today. We built the whole top section here, and I'm pretty proud of that. That can now get snapped right here. Easy, easy. I should just get Ray's lightsaber. Hang on, I'm gonna get Ray's lightsaber. Here's my lightsaber collection. Ta-da! It's a bunch of lightsabers. This room is severely lacking in outlets. Need to run power cable first. I hate having to run power cables. I hate that. That's the worst part, is when I have an idea of putting something somewhere, it's just having to get power to it is just horrible. All right. I like this one. I kind of like the ones that aren't chromed out. They're kind of more of a matte finish. I like those better. There you go, Ray. Let's make him lock in place there. There you go. Use that cross guard for what it's made for. And I'll put this other cross guard one in here because they sent me an extra one, so that's cool. I did not know that it would come with a lightsaber, but he sent me a lightsaber, which I appreciate. Damn, look at those guns. Well, thank you. I've been working out. Can you tell? Like, can you actually tell? That did just feel good. That was just a feel good stretch, okay? I wasn't trying to do that, but now looking back, I'm like, okay, I was totally flexing on you. Legit. There's something I've been wanting to do here. Yeah, but it's like running, like Charles running power to a power strip. Like you have to run like an extension cable. Is not fun. And then hiding that extension cable and not making it look disgusting. Just add a little greeble to the side. Little greebly. I've gone almost my entire Lego life not knowing how to pronounce greeble or greebly. I don't know. I've only ever seen it written in forums. So I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I think it's greeblies. But for some reason, my little kid brain always called it greebles. But I think it's greeblies. If I shouldn't put like a... Oh no, I can't put a one piece there. You can flex on us whenever you want. Okay, good. Then I will. If I move these down one... Oh, sorry, you can't quite see what I'm doing. There we go. Because of that little hole there, I kind of wanted to cover it. So if I move all these down... Come on. What are you doing? Come on, silly. There you go. And then if I have more... Hopefully I have more of those. Oh, there's one. Do I have one more? I do. There we go. This'll work. One piece? Did someone say one piece? Do I have to replay the meme? Please don't make me. This is one of the things I'm also pretty proud of, is this is very stable. I probably shouldn't have said that. Because now it's going to fall apart on me, isn't it? Okay, so issue on this side. See if you can see what the issue is, if I can focus. Because of the wreckage here, I'm not able to put this piece up here without it being at that angle because it's hitting this piece right here. So unfortunately, this side is going to be off. If this side is off and has that little gap, I'm inclined to just let this side... Oh, but that looks so good though, doesn't that? I think I'm going to let it slide. I think what I'll do is I'll shift this down. I'll shift all these down. Come here. I mean, if that's just like at a slight angle. No, that would kill people's OCD. That would kill it. Just wreck. Get wrecked, OCD. I think that's probably as good as I can get it on that side. I just love the way this side looks too much. Like with those little candy bar pieces. I love that too much to wreck it. Okay. So far, there it is. I'm pretty proud of this. I just keep looking at it. Like, it's going to be a great shelf piece. Like, I think I'm going to have to go through and remove all these old gray pieces, though. You might not be able to tell on your side, but I can tell. The Lego purists will be able to tell. But it's all, like, it's solid. It's got pins in right here, so it's not going anywhere there unless I, yank on it. But once I get that all boarded up, it should be good. Get the interior wall done. I'll play around with that concept this week. She's a little wiggly, but it's not going anywhere, Oh yeah, and that will shore up once I shore up this down here. So for example, I think the wiggle will go away. Just a proof of concept it. Yeah, the wiggle's still there a little bit. Well, that's not bad. It's not bad. It ain't a bad wiggle. How could you not be proud of it? I don't know. That was part of my self-doubt when I was starting, was like, am I going to be able to pull this off? Is it even going to look good? Or is it going to be just, meh? But man, imagine the wave. The wave is probably going to take me some time, but the wave is going to make this. It's going to make it. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. So yeah, there will be no stream next Saturday. I will be gone. But then I should be right back. Oh, I'll also be gone on Monday too. I'll talk more about it during this week. But next Monday, I won't be doing the morning coffee stream. But then we'll be picking right back up on Tuesday. Going from there. Picking right back up on Tuesday, hitting the ground running. By the time I get back, I hope to have my order in and here. I might go ahead and place that this weekend just to make sure it gets here in time. But yeah. So cool. Here, let me get a nice screen cap for this. What's a good angle? Is that a good angle? I think that's a good angle. Let me screen cap you. Okay. I just gotta take this. Boom. Paint. Okay, well, I gotta say, holy cow. Save you right there. Oh, no. There. Okay, save that. All right, everybody. Well, I think that's probably going to do it for me. It is 9 o'clock. That means it is time to go. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for being here. In survival games. Oh, hang on. Let's see. I guess I'm just not as particular as you guys are. I'm more of a functionality over beauty. Okay. I can understand that. Because in survival games, I do the bare minimum to survive. Okay. In survival games, no. I like to build a castle. The second that I go into a survival game, it's like castle time, baby. It's castle time. So I tend to go a little extra. Luckily, Dr. Licious was out running an errand. It was just at the hardware store as I called her. Excellent. Like, hey, could you pick me up some extension cords? I'd be forever grateful. Oh, I'm also going to take a picture of this so that I can reference the wall design at a later date. Okay, anybody want to does anybody want to raid somebody? Sorry, I can't do like 3 things at once. Sorry. Who do we got? Let me go to Twitch and see who I got online right now. I don't have anybody. Oh, it's an off weekend, huh? Ain't nobody online right now? That's pretty crazy. We could find somebody new. It's a little... Let's see who's in makers and crafting. Let's see who's in that category real quick. Yeah, suggestion would be great as well. I like suggestions because you don't have to worry too much about it. I don't think we're gonna find a bunch of toxic people in makers and crafting, but you know. Somebody here building the UCS land speeder. First Lego stream, let's go. Let's do it. Wonderland Rogue. I love it. Wonderland Rogue, not Rouge. Perfect. What are they building? Hi, I'm Wonder, a variety streamer who always has a cup of tea and a book in hand or nearby, hoping we can just escape the world for a little. It's always tea time here. Excellent. I love it. Dutch, I see you already popping in. Okay, we're at absolutely. I love to grow the Lego community or the maker community here. Wonderland Rogue. If I can spell here. Wonderland Rogue. Had to get my entrance sound effect on the way. Out of the way. It's fine. I just happened to have it up and I see your little Dutch Daddy does. Hey. Okay. Wonderland. I spelled it Rouge. We got it? Okay. Excellent. There you go, everybody. Go say hi. I will say hi as well. Spread the love. Spread the care. Spread the Lego. Let's do it. Spread the Lego love. All right. That's it for me. This has been great fun. I will update you as the week proceeds. I will be on this Monday. This Monday I will be there. So if you want to show up for the pre-work coffee hour, please do so. Okay. All right. Everybody have a great day. Thank you again, Fro, for the raid. Eggs for the bits. I always appreciate the extra protein that you... I almost said shower my way, and that would have been the wrong way to end that. Okay, I'm just going to go. All right. See you Monday. Bye.
Hello there. Hello there.